These 5 reasons are why you're not making enough money on Fiverr, and in this video I'll be telling you what the reasons are and how you can deal with them. So let us dive right in. But before we go, please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel so when I release related videos you'll be notified. Thank you. Let's get started. So these 5 reasons are why you are not making enough money on Fiverr. So, and the first reason is you do not understand the Fiverr algorithm. What is Fiverr algorithm? So algorithm is like a system that the platform is using to rank its content. And in the case of Fiverr, the content is the gig. That is your gig and your profile. When buyer comes to Fiverr to purchase a service, the buyer will search. So let us go to Fiverr. Let me just practice this with a Fiverr account. So this is one of my Fiverr accounts. So when a buyer comes to Fiverr, I'm trying to explain how Fiverr algorithm works. When a buyer comes to Fiverr, the buyer will just search. So let's just search logo design. The buyer will just come to Fiverr platform and search. Let's just assume you just created your Fiverr account. It is a brand new account and you just launched your gig. Naturally, your gig will be indexed. Assuming you set it up very well, your gig will be indexed. Even if you search for your gig, maybe you copy your gig title and you place it into Fiverr, you will see your gig probably on the first page or second page. That means your gig has been indexed. So at that point, the success of that account is now up to you. So this is where you take the responsibility. So buyer will come to Fiverr and will search. So after searching, these are the results of the search, right? These are the gigs that has been ranked, that has been indexed. And the view is like your gig shows in one of these, or the buyer just comes to your gig and just hover the cursor on it. So that means your gig has been viewed. That's the smallest algorithm something that Fiverr used to rank a gig. That is, your gig must impress the buyer. Your gig must impress the buyer. So that's the one. And click. When the buyer comes on the search results, the buyer must be able to must click on your gig. The buyer can't click every gig. So the fact that a buyer click your gig means your gig is kind of interesting. That is, your gig has potential. So Fiverr algorithm will take that result, the fact that your gig has been clicked, will rank your gig, will suggest your gig to more buyers. So that's another thing that Fiverr is using to rank gig. As you can see, I've clicked this one like this. It will help this particular gig the way I click it this way. It will help the gig. And favorite. Favorite. Favorite is this. Save to my first list. If I add favorite to a particular gig like this, so I've clicked it, you see it will appear in red. So that means this gig has more potentials of being suggested to more buyers. It will help the gig to rank. So, and another one is first order. Most times, especially these days, it is very hard to just, you launch your gig and organically the first order just comes. It is very hard these days because we have many gigs that has reviews on Fiverr. So it is hard to just get an organic first order. Most times it is good to buy a review, but you have to do it in a natural way. You won't let Fiverr know that you are trying to do review. So I'll share more light on that later. So first order also help Fiverr algorithm to rank your gig. Rating. After the first order, the rating that first order has to be 5-star. So it will help. For your first order, if you get any star less than maybe 5.0 or 4.9, it will definitely affect the gig because we have other gigs performing better than that. So your gig might be ranked. So, and private rating. This is also very, very important. It is even more important than the normal rating because it is used mainly for gig ranking. There is no other purpose. Why rating? They just want the buyer to be honest with them that is this thing actually real? Like, are you giving this 5-star because the person deserves 5-star, or because if you want with the person later, the person will just be welcoming, the person will be glad to work with you. So in this private rating, that's where the buyer will give honest feedback, which will help your gig to rank, which will help your account to perform well on Fiverr platform. So these are the things you need to understand about Fiverr algorithm. If you're able to get away with all these gig views, you're having good gig views, clicks, favorite, first order, 5-star rating, and private rating should also be 5-star. You've sorted the algorithm part of it. You've sorted that already, so you are good with that. That's the first point. So, and the second point, I'm sorry this video might be a bit long, but it's worth it if you are patient with me. So, and the second point is you are breaking the Fiverr success matrix. Most times it's just that you are breaking the Fiverr success matrix. And what are the Fiverr success matrix? It is very, you can see them like on the Fiverr or something. These are the matrices. So the second point is you are breaking the Fiverr success matrices. So, and these are the matrices, as you can see here: inbox response rate, inbox response time, order response rate, on-time delivery, order completion rate, order cancellation rate, and overall rating. So let me show you. I can easily show you all this stuff on my dashboard here with this account. As you can see, these are the something. As you can see, 100%, 1 hour inbox response rate, 100%, 100%, 100%. So these matrices, after you've gotten your first order, these matrices, try as much as possible to keep them 100%, 100%, 100%. They will help your gig to, Fiverr will know that you are really ready for this, and they will suggest your gig to more buyers. So that's the second point. And the third point, insufficient knowledge with the skill you are offering. So most times when people open Fiverr account, it is even normal to open Fiverr account if you're not really good at what you do, but just make sure that you are able to maybe work with someone that really knows, that really have more knowledge, enough knowledge with the skill. Most times what causes your gig to not really perform well is ineffective handling of conversation with buyers. So if you're not able to handle conversation with buyers very well professionally, that is consulting well with the skill you said you are good at, the buyer might not even give you the work. The buyer will think this one is not really professional. So if you're not giving a professional, this professional conversation, they might not give you the work, which might lead to low conversion rate. Also, poor closing skill. Even if you are good, you must be able to know how to close, how to deal with buyer. Make sure that you close the deal. If you have poor closing skill, it will definitely affect your conversion rate, and your conversion rate is seen on Fiverr. It's seen on Fiverr as one of the matrices. So, and poor delivery. So, and the other thing is when you're not really giving compelling closing remark. So maybe after delivering, let me show you one of my closing remark that I used to use. Final modification. Okay, I should see it here. So as you can see, this closing remark, I've been able to work on the design, and here are the files. Please check them and let me know if there is anything else we need to adjust. This highlighted part is actually the closing remark. In case you need anything else after the order completion, please feel free to contact me. So that's a very nice closing remark. The person will know that you are always welcoming. It will be good to just close it and give you 5-star, because you promised that you'll be there anytime he or she needs you. So that's a good closing remark, and you must be good at that too. So, and let us move to the fourth point. Impatience, rude, not respectful, and not ready to help. So this attitude, attribute, I don't know what to call it, they are very easy to sense by buyers. Buyer can really sense it if you are impatient with them, and if you are rude, and if you are not really ready to help. So, and most times these are seen through very limited revisions. So if you're not ready to give unlimited revisions, most time in all my orders I do give unlimited revisions so that the buyer can know that I'm really ready to help. So although it might be frustrating sometimes, but then you have to do it. It will help your account. They'll give you 5-star. It also help them to give you private rating, 5-star private rating, which will help your gig to perform. So don't be desperate. Not focusing on success of the project. Sometimes you just need to focus on the success of the project. Make sure the project is successful, not just be after your own money. So don't be too desperate to complete the order. Don't be too desperate. So, and the fifth point is not being smart with manipulations. Sometimes it is necessary to manipulate some things on the platform, but you have to do it in a coded way. When we say coded way, I mean in a way that Fiverr would not know. In a way that Fiverr will not know that you're manipulating something. And the obvious way that that Fiverr will know is when you are doing self-review. That means you have two accounts. You're now using the first account to rate the other account with the same browser or using the same IP on the same laptop without changing users. It is very obvious. So you don't do such. So self-review, self-favorite. Self-favorite is if you are adding, I showed you favorite the other time, this. So if maybe you have two accounts and you're now doing the favorite yourself, you're adding favorite yourself. Fiverr will know this favorite here, right here. So Fiverr will know and they will derank your gig. So don't do that. And another thing is profile image impersonation. Don't use, maybe if you're operating a US account, don't use maybe a profile picture that is not yours. Most times I suggest that you use a logo as a profile picture. So use a logo. Multiple accounts with the same IP. So if you are operating multiple accounts, don't use the same IP. Don't use the same browser to operate different accounts. And if you have to use different accounts, in my case, I use different accounts. Most times you have to clear your cookies. Maybe just sign in one account. So you want to log in the second account. You clear your cookies. Let me show you how you can do that too. So let's say this is the account right now. Here you see, I just signed out. I just click here, sign out. So I've signed out now. So you don't just sign in new account directly like that. You have to come here where we have this key, click the key and click on cookies and remove. Click on remove, clear the cookies, then click done. That way Fiverr will not know that you are still operating another account on the same IP with the same IP. They will not know that it is you. But sometimes you might be more careful than this. Don't use the same, maybe the same laptop or the same user. You change the laptop user so that the IP can change. So you can do that sometimes. So you clear the cookies again. So this way you can sign in. You can just click sign in and log in your new account. So you can log in your new account. So these 5 reasons are why you are not making enough money on Fiverr. If you are able to get over these 5 reasons, I believe you should be good to go and you'll be making enough money on Fiverr. So make sure you take note of this, and if you find this video helpful, please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and you can tell me if you need any other video, maybe anything that you need to know on Fiverr. You can just drop it on the comment section and I'll reply to you and I'll make a video about it. So please share this video to your friends that are also into Fiverr so that they can learn one or two. Thanks for having you. Peace.